Chris asked about the scarecrow. Does it scare anything? Well, let me introduce. This is Samantha. Owen, Sophie, and Claire, and I made Samantha about 6 years ago. Samantha looks a little ragged. She's lost her clothes, but she still has her smile. One brown eye, one blue eye. She doesn't scare much because she's a friendly scarecrow. She invites the pollinators into the garden, and all of the friendly insects and animals that happen to come by, as long as they eat the nasty stuff, she invites them right in. She's a very welcoming soul. I was hoping that this summer, if Grammy Camp was on, we could redress her and spruce her up a little bit. But as you can see, Grammy hasn't had time to do any of that. But she's still together. She's a little shorter. Her stick has broken off a couple times and she doesn't stand up as straight as she used to. But Samantha's an integral part to Grammy's garden. So thank you for all you do, Sam. Okay, one final question. Had to come in out of the sun, get in the shade, another hot day. The question's concerning dirt. I really don't like the term dirt. I don't grow in dirt. I prefer to say I grow in soil, because either I amend my substrate that I plant my vegetables and my flowers in. But dirt seems to me to be an inert substance, something that does not contain microorganisms and all of the beneficial nutrients that a plant actually needs for growth. I mean, you get weeds that grow into all sorts of substrate that might be called dirt. But soil is something that is living, you know, because it has, you know, microscopic or microorganisms living in it to benefit the growth of the plants that are grown in it. There's also what's called topsoil, and that term is kind of a generalized term. It used to be it was the soil that was scraped off the top. That soil had many beneficial microorganisms. It was layer upon layer, year upon year of decomposed plant material. And it was very rich. But now it's just a very generalized term. If you want topsoil, they'll go out to some, you know, abandoned field, scrape the top off and say, here's some topsoil. It might be totally depleted of all minerals that you would ever want, you know, to help your garden. So I like to say soil in referring to what I grow my plants in, and not dirt. There's a few other things that if you go to the nursery or you know, the big box stores, and there's things that called potting soil and potting soil seed starter, and you can also buy compost there. A seed starter is a compound that has no nutrients in it. It's strictly to hold moisture to start those seeds germinating. And there's coops right here. Lay down, coop. Anyway, so that's seed starter. But as soon as your seeds germinate and start to grow, you need to put those in another medium, and they call that potting soil. Potting soil is the next step up. It has a little compost in it. It has, you know, the minerals and the things that, especially nitrogen, that helps the leaves start to grow. Potassium, which is for roots and things like that, to help them start on their way for a healthy life. So that's potting soil, but it can't stay in there forever either. And then that's after it grows out of its potting soil, then you plant it in your garden soil. Now I amend my garden soil with compost, and I bought some from a farmer who has a horse farm, and he had compost from the manure of his horses, and that was all decomposed and had stopped that cycle of decomposition, and it was ready to then, it went into my garden. I mixed it in, still had a lot of the beneficial it had all the beneficial microorganisms that are needed for growth. So there is a big distinction when you say dirt versus soil. So I hope that covered it. I don't grow in dirt, I grow in soil. Okay, everybody. So now I know you are waiting on bated breath to find out who had the winning answer this week. And if you wait just a second more, the winner is